What is up, YouTube? Back at it again. We got another tabletop storytelling video for you guys today. Last time we went through the beginning of our story, in which a flying ship flew to a new town or new city rather, and some prisoners escaped, and that's about all that happened. And now you're gonna see the follow-up to that, and I hope you guys like. If you do, I'll see you at the end of the video. Ah! These must be the transfers. We can take it from here, good sir. Here's the 100 coin promised, but where's the other two? The cleric and the thief. Those two escaped as the ship was being compromised. Keep an eye out. Look for a warforged traveling with a dwarf, both in unusual dress. I'll be off to find them myself. Much appreciated. That description will come in handy. Please take this extra 25 coin for the trouble. If you catch them, bring them here. Now, might I suggest a tavern to wet your whistle? Try out the Grizzled Guppy Tavern. Take one of the trains above. It will take you directly to District 9, a sector ripe for adventurers. And welcome, friend, to Midgar.
Ragnar rips the prisoner free of his bondage. Looking around him, sees a pile of ship rubble and a window a questionable distance from him.
Say, prisoner, would you mind lifting me up to that window so I can see what's on the other side? Just gotta be careful, as I'm a bit slick.
Suppose I could try. The prisoner lifts the dwarf up to the window. Inside, he sees a very busy and bustling depot. Many people in fancy, rich-colored clothes. Adventurers galore. A few custodian warforged are cleaning and sweeping the dust and debris from the explosion above. On this particular level of the building, he sees Magitech trains coming and going. Some of the guards from the ship have come down to this level. They are coming towards the window, but do not see Ragnar. He tells the prisoner what he sees.
Should we crash this party?
Sounds like a good place to blend in. I'll stay back. Ragnar shatters the window with his elbow. Luckily, it wasn't too noisy compared to the drone of movement from inside. Straight ahead are two of the guards looking around. One of them goes over to one of the warforged custodians and starts to harass him. The train pulls up and the gate slides open. A handful of people are making their way on board, and Ragnar sees an opening.
Come on, you glorified paperweight, move those pistons!
Just as they enter the train, they push past an Asmir and a Typhling, both with the look of a couple established adventurers. The Asmir is a paladin, chin held high with a strong, untarnished resolve, accompanied by a questionable Typhling druid with the look of demon. An odd couple, to be sure. Ragnar and the prisoner find a spot to sit. Take notice that everyone looks of the adventuring type. A conclusion is drawn that this train must be headed somewhere interesting. Everyone has cleared a distance from Ragnar due to his putrid cologne he carries. Everyone except the Asmir and Typhling.
Oi! Paladin! You and your friend born with bad sniffers, or you got something to say to me? Sir, I'd rather keep my mouth closed for fear your vile stench will touch my tongue and never dissipate.
I understand all this fuss. At the Battle of Balasur, evil wizard cast a firebolt and barely missed me. It singed all my nose hairs, so luckily I'm immune to your stink.
Well, what luck indeed. Luck for some, but not all, laddie.
No need to be rude, my friend. Invite him over to sit with us.
Yeah, alright. Indeed I will. I've had a rough bout of travel recently. Any time off my feet is a welcome one. You lot natives here?
This is my dear comrade Zeal Start of Ellsbury, and I am Sabine Ashton Baird of Home. Right pleasure to meet ya.
Aye, you can call me Ragnar, and this pile of nuts and bolts is my colleague.
Name's Custodian B2.
Mighty gratifying to have a couple affable hombres, rather than the sordid sods I've spent all too much time with on my path. Where are you heading, Ragnar? At the moment, wherever this train takes me, and hopefully that destination has the ability to purge this stench from my very soul. Provided I can find what's left of it, that is. Ha! Oh! On the matter, where's this train going?
Just as the doors are closing to depart, the guard slips in, and with what luck in front of him sits his escapees. A door is heard opening from one of the adjacent cars, and in comes a small goblin with a much larger one. The larger of the two has to duck standing in the train car. Those from Midgar know the small one as Rance, leader of a band of goblins called the Red Caps. Hoodlums, thieves, and murderers, not known for their intelligence or wise decisions, their numbers give them a confidence they wouldn't have alone. They approach our protagonist, malice in their wake.
Oi, you there. Hate to interrupt such lovely chitty chat, but I'll be needing all your lovely loot and your weapons to boot. And if you resist, you'll meet my friend's fist.
And I hate to interrupt such lovely threats, but I'm afraid these two folk are currently in my custody. If you find this disagreeable, perhaps your friend's fist and mine could do some talking.
Maybe we be moving on. Pick on someone less strong, but heed my warning. Watch your back, for next we meet the Red Caps attack.
Rance and his goon move on to the next car, and above on the roof is heard clawing and scratching, following with them. At a high vantage above the city, a half-elf witnesses everything that has transpired as the ship flew into the city. He catches notice of the heroism emanating from the guard and decides to give chase out of curiosity. He enters the building in which the guard had vaulted. He catches a glimpse of the guard just before he disappears into the bustling crowd. The half-elf moves among the crowd, listening and watching everything transpire. When he arrives at the train depot, he sees the guard slipping into a train as the door closes behind him. A train headed to District 9. The half-elf makes a dash for the train and manages to leap aboard the rear car as it departs. He tries to open the door before him to no avail. It's latched from the inside. An elf child sees him. Tears in her eyes, sees beyond the child two goblins are holding up the people inside. The child's mother is holding out her hand, and with what little money she has, the larger goblin is holding tightly under his arm a stuffed beholder toy. The goblins outside the car look ready to assist if any resistance manifests. The half-elf motions to the child to unlatch the door. The child quietly does so, and the goblins seem to not have noticed as they hold up their sacks for more coin from other passengers. The half-elf slides the door open slowly, flows into the car like smoke, and moves through the crowd unseen. Close enough to the goblin leader, he rushes in and tosses a goblin out an open window in an effortless flash. The remaining goblins start diving after their leader without question. One goblin, too big to fit through the window, starts to panic. He backs himself into the corner of the car. Flight no longer an option. The goblin readies to fight. The goblin lunges toward the half-elf and lands a quick strike to the cheek, followed by a punishing blow to the gut. The half-elf retches and is knocked back by the strength of this behemoth of a goblin. He draws his sword in response. The noise of Donnybrook echoes throughout the train.
That's an unusual sound. Let's go find out what the commotion is.
Zeo runs after the sound of fighting. Sabine draws her sickle before following Zeo. As they reach the door to the last car on the train, it opens from the other side. Inside the frame, they see the goblin goon from before, without the smaller one in sight. The goblin looks scared and is slashed in the back by a half-elf. The look of fear quickly transforms to blood-boiling rage, and the goblin spins on his heels, lets out a roar menacing enough to strike fear into most, and lunges back towards the half-elf. In a flash of momentum and brute strength, the half-elf cratered by another punch to the gut. Recoiling from the blow, the half-elf draws his second sword, plants each in the goblin, now catastrophically wounded. The goblin rocks backward by the wounds, only to have his head permanently removed from his body. Behind him, the guard had pushed his way to the entrance of the car, dispensed justice as quickly as he appeared. The stuffed beholder now lies in a puddle of blood, and the child reclaims it in her arms with a quirky smile. The train stops as the goblin's body thumps the ground. The doors open, and a conductor is heard saying, "Welcome to District 9. The half-elf and the guard grab the bags of stolen goods and hold them open at the door for people to reclaim their things. People thank the heroes as they retrieve their coin and valuables, and even take pictures with them using their personal crystal ball device. As the last passenger steps off, he offers up a card. Good for one free beer at the Grizzled Guppy. Enjoy, friend. You earned it, says. A tall post with many signs nailed upon it sits outside the depot. Smithy Steve's, Arcane Adams, the Grizzled Guppy Tavern, Ditches and Hose, the Pickled Pit, Temple of Torm. Our adventurers go about their business for now.
Well, I hope you did enjoy this episode of tabletop storytelling, and if you did, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, ding the bell, ring the thinger, or if you don't want to get the notifications by ringing the bell, you can follow me on Twitter where I do post each and every time a video goes live. And if you did like the video, please comment down below. Let me know what you did like about it. If you didn't like the video, let me know what you didn't like about it. And I'll see you guys on the next one, which should be coming out tomorrow. Peace.